Hello and welcome here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project. But today I want to start another big project with you. In cooperation with Ledbricks, we are going to build up that medieval castle. It's designed by another designer, a German designer called Sir Percival. And together with Ledbricks, we are going to build up a very big castle project with more than 100,000 parts. As you can see, that's the final product we are going to aim with. A lot of projects, a lot of parts, a lot of stuff in the upcoming months. Today we're going to start with the first model here. We got two here, as you can see, and yeah, let's start. Some of you might know Ledbricks, some of you might not know it, but Ledbricks is a very interesting, company, and they are selling a lot of mocks from different designers, but they have an official cooperation with the designer. So if you buy something from them, the designers get a little bit of that money. That's Sir Percival's Instagram account. He's also from Germany and he created that very nice and big castle. By the way, he also created another castle in the meantime. But today we want to start working at the first castle he has done, and that's that castle here. If you want to build that castle too, you can get it on the site of Ledbricks. You will find the link down in the video description or in the pinned comment. And yeah, we are going to start working with the first models here, A1 and A2. And as you can see, all of these quarters are 32 by 32 base plates. So you can see it's a very, very big project. And that's the castle itself, which is going to be built on top of it. And of course, we're not going to finish up that today. We're going to have a lot of parts for that project, but today we want really to start. I really like the design. I really like how interesting everything is. And it's a good stuff besides the city, which is a modern approach. That's a medieval approach. And I really like medieval cities. So let's go and start with the first set here. As you can see here, we get every part we need here. Of course, these are no official Lego bricks. These are bricks from other companies, but it doesn't mean that they are in a bad quality or in a bad shape, whatever. We have a lot of parts here, as you can see here, and we really can just start up everything. It's not like if you're building an official Lego set or from other companies, you have no numbered bags here. You have everything inside here, but often you have one bag with all the parts from one kind, so it's easier to find them, but it's no big problem. You have a PDF instruction here for every model, and we're going to start up with the first model. As you can see here, it's going fast up, and yeah, I really want to start working on that project with you. And yeah, it's not only something I want to build just by step, I also want to get a little bit of my own creation into it. So I'm planning to expand the project after it is finished. And I also want to install light, something that is not normally inside that mock project or that official project here from Ledbricks. And I really also want to add minifigures from Lego. As you might know, the minifigures are not able to be created by other companies because they are the design is not able to use by other companies, so I'm going to use official Lego minifigures to create little stories and to make it more livable, if you want to call it like that. And besides that, you can see we are going to work here in a little speed build. And the first we are going to add some not so interesting parts to get a base for everything. And later on, you will see how everything connects together. If you're following the German channel, by the way, you will see that I already did the 9th video just a few days ago, but I also want to show that project here on my English channel. Building that project, you might recognize very fast that there are some special building techniques you won't see in any Lego or other companies' sets, but it's something special. It's a very it's a project with a lot of details, even the kind of detail stuff I do in my own projects. And I really like how everything looks at the end. And by the way, I talked a little bit with Sir Percival, the German designer of that project, and he really, it's a very nice guy. And I talked a lot with him, and just look on his channel if you want to see more of that castle or if other castle project. By the way, the other castle project is also available from Ledbricks. I'm going to start working at that soon in the future. Not started that on my German channel yet, but I'm going to build both castles simultaneously in 2 different kinds of mock projects, but that's something for the future, just some little information by the way. As you can see here, we are really working here with some interesting techniques with these cutted plates here to make the shores look more natural, and we also have different colors under these transparent parts to have a kind of different depths inside the water. And of course, some more gray parts here to build up. That's something you're going to use insanely much in upcoming parts here. And by the way, that's not the only project you can find on the page of Let Bricks. They have a lot of other projects from different designers from around the globe. And yeah, as I said, there are they have contracts with the designers. So if you buy something from them, the designers also get a part of the money. So that's a very nice very nice deal for the designers. And yeah, if you're going to want to build something like the castle here, which is a very big project, you might not have enough space in your room, but there are also smaller parts and smaller sets. You can look on the page from Let Bricks, and if you're going to buy something, I get a little commission, something I will instantly use to build up the Lego project, my city project, by the way. So just have a look on the page. If you find anything interesting, just use my link to buy something from there. And as you can see here, there's a little problem, something that's not going to be here in the later products or the later modules, but the green parts are normally the same color. But as you can see here, the colors have some different shapes or shades of green. That's not a problem here because it's just kind of grass, so it's looking not so problematic. But if you might have something like a big wall in a city or a building, it might be a bit problematic to have these different shades of green. But that's not a problem here only from Let Bricks. You can also see that from Lego, other companies like Fantasy or stuff like that. But at the end, that's no big problem here. I just wanted to say it because it's a little problem. But I saw in the later modules, like did just a few days on the German channel, you can see that the problem with the green colors gets better and better. And just here, it's a little bit bad. But as I said, it's not a big deal because it's grass. There are going to be a lot of parts and details on top of it. So we are not going to see that as a big problem. So we are going to add just some more parts here on that cliff here. And then I can show you how the model looks at the moment without all the little details. But as you can see here, it looks quite nice already without all these little details. But here you can really see the big problem with these different shades of green. But as I said, it's grass, so it's going to be placed some stuff on top of it. Lots of details, lots of natural stuff like plants, etc. You're not going to see that so as a big problem as you might see it now. But it's a problem I want to tell about. If you want to buy it, maybe in the meantime it got better because the later models I got are better with these different shades of green, but maybe they already did that or deal with that problem with the other models too. So that's how it looks right now. I have done all the parts here with the cliff and already started working here on the side with all these little green stuff. And as you can see here, there's a kind of frame around everything in black, so it looks much nicer. And we have some parts still left to finish up everything here, so it's just some little plants and stuff like that. And at the end, that's the final view of today's model. Everything is added, all the parts are done, and we also added some little parts here on the side of the frame to have a nicer look. And also we have some animals, a lot of little plants. I really like how a lot of details are in that medieval diorama, if you want to call it like that. And of course, that's just some greenery stuff, a little bit of water, a little bit of cliff. But we not started working at the castle itself, but it's the first model. And as you can see here, we just built that little part here on the left. That's little part here. And as you can see, there's so much missing on that big project. And yeah, you can see that little river here on the left side of the castle. That's the part we started here. It's a big project, and as I said before, we're going to build it step by step with a lot of updates, and I really hope you like it. And if you want to build it by yourself or anything else from LetBricks, just have a look on their page. And that's it for today. We did the first module. Stay tuned for future updates, and bye!